Hi everyone, I'm Liz.
And I'm Cody.
And welcome to Unit 2, Zoom Firing. So nobody wants to be fired, and I don't think many people really want to do the firing. There's really no good way to go about firing someone.
Go about.
Go about. But this story is about someone who maybe chose one of the worst ways to fire a lot of employees. So the CEO of this online mortgage company called Better.com, ironically, he invited 900 of his employees onto a Zoom call. And when they got on the call, he said, if you're on this call now, if you're here, you have been laid off. And so the people, they thought when they got on the call, they thought it was just a routine, office meeting or announcement or something.
Lay off.
Lay off.
Routine.
Routine. They find out that they have been fired from the company. And they immediately lost access to the company's tech things, computers and messaging services and all of those things. And then later they got an email. About 2 hours later, they got an official email saying that your tenure at this company has been terminated.
Tenure.
Tenure. So yeah, again, probably one of the worst ways to fire your employees. So how about you? Your company, do you know if they fire a lot of employees?
Not fire.
Okay.
I would say in general, firing is quite hard in Korea.
Right.
And I don't know all the labor laws similar to America, but firing doesn't happen. They usually, just don't renew a contract in that context. For yearly contract-based work.
Right.
But I've heard from a lot of students that even other big companies, they kind of either put pressure to retire early or they relocate you if there's other branches or something. That's their way of dealing with you or showing, okay, you're doing bad.
Right.
But never firing as much. How about for you in your experience?
I have really never had a coworker get fired.
Yeah, fire's a weird word in Korea.
Right, and I think it is really difficult to fire people in Korea, as you said. And I was working in Japan as well before, and I think it's also quite difficult there. So people, just don't really get fired, but pushed to retire early or some incentive to retire early. That's kind of the way to go about it, unless you're on a contract. So year-to-year contracts, it's easier to not renew a contract. But yeah, I've never been fired, fortunately.
Right.
And I haven't really seen that many people get fired around me in
That's a good thing.
Asia.
Yeah. Now in America, I heard of a lot of firings because it's much easier in most states to just fire very quickly.
Yeah, and you hear about, mass layoffs of hundreds, thousands of people at a time, like this situation.
Exactly.
So for what reasons do you think people might get fired?
Well, specifically fired if they're breaking some sort of code of conduct. That's the easiest, quickest thing I can think of.
Right.
The other maybe harder things of proving is maybe performance metrics or meeting goals. Like if you just do something blatantly against the rules of conduct or something like that, they can quickly fire you. Or, you show up to work late 3 times and it's in the rules to not be late, you're fired. Something like that.
If it's something in your contract and you're breaking your contract, then that would be a good reason to fire someone.
You have any ideas?
Not being very good at your job.
Yes.
But yeah, I think for firing, it's often more those kinds of big rule-breaking things. Or stealing money from the company or something like that.
Yeah, clearly something illegal.
That would be illegal.
Yeah.
And now for the language focus. The first point is, go out of one's way to. So for example, as a foreigner in Korea, I've sometimes experienced people going out of their way to help me if I look lost.
That's good. I've also experienced that. Very kind here. And for the second one, accuse of. So for my example, I would be really upset if someone falsely accused me of stealing.
That would be not good. Okay, and that is all for the preview section of Unit 2 Zoom Firing. We'll see you in the review.